the June edition of Feeding Our Faith. I have with me here Peter Jones, who is going to be talking with us for this coming Feeding Our Faith. We're going to actually be prepping a salad, which basically the salad is what I've always called Fiesta Salad. And unfortunately it doesn't do very well as leftovers because of the addition of Fritos. But Fritos make it taste good. So, as we're starting off with that, Peter, one of the things which we have that's important that's coming up here in just a matter of days, here after June 4th, is the High Holy Day.
Oh, yes. My birthday.
It's Peter's birthday, which is an important day.
June the 6th.
June the 6th, not bad. So, what Peter and I were kind of talking about a little bit earlier was the idea of justification, which justification is a term which for some of y'all, you may think, okay, what are we talking about? You know, I understand the word justification, but you know, what does that have to do with our faith? What does that have to do with me? You know, is this some sort of a thing that deals just with us in the non-Catholic churches, or what is it? Which
you're asking. Good question.
Yeah. And as we're starting off, I've got some mixed greens, and I'm going to start adding some of these ingredients of some ranch-style beans, cheddar cheese, sliced tomatoes, sliced olives, some purple onions or red onions, and some dressing here in a second. When I bring up the word justification, I mean, how would you explain to someone the idea of justification as it compares, or how it relates to our faith?
Okay. The word justification comes from the word to justify, and the question is, how are we justified? Where do we gain justification? How do we prove ourselves worthy of being somewhere or being someone? We do all kinds of things, right? We go to school to get the right credentials, to prove our worthiness of having some job or something else. The problem is, especially when it relates to our faith and our culture, is that we sometimes try to justify ourselves in all the wrong sorts of ways. For example, one of the arguments back during the 1500s, the beginning of the Protestant Reformation, there was an argument about what justifies you before God.
Okay.
Is it your own works that you do? Like by good works you are justified in the eyes of God? And it turns out that the answer is no, it's not by your own good works. Your good works are a fruit of your faith you already have. Mm-hmm. But you're justified or deemed worthy in the eyes of God simply by being a creature of God, simply by being who you are. Mm-hmm. And if you actually realize that and believe it all the way through, it changes your life.
You know, I can understand the idea that we're not justified solely by our works. Mm-hmm. You know, but for a lot of us, I think sometimes we'll find, or I've seen people that, you know, they feel that they're not just necessarily justified by their works, but they have stuff and things to justify who they are and what position they are in life. And
well, that's our consumer culture, mm-hmm. right? We believe that by having the right kinds of things, that we justify ourselves to each other. If I have the right watch, if I drive the right car, if I wear the right clothes, if I live in the right neighborhood, mm-hmm. then therefore I am a better person. But of course, all that stuff comes and goes. Material things can't possibly be what justifies us. What justifies us is the fact that we're recipients of the grace of God. And if we can accept that, then all the other things as they come and go, and as hard as they can be on us, and as we come in and out of difficult times. You know, a few months ago in the Olympics, after the diving competition, they interviewed these two American competitors who were doing the synchronized diving thing. And right after they did this interview, and they talked about how they were so happy to be in the silver medal position, but even though they didn't win the gold, they were just as happy as could be about the silver medal, because in the end scheme of things, they said, our identity is rooted in Christ, which is the rock for us, our faith. And I thought that was the perfect way to demonstrate how material things are so important to us in some ways and can challenge us to be better people. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, they're still just material things.
Yeah, and that's oftentimes one of the struggles I see with so many people who will come in to talk, and whether it be confession, counseling, things like that. Mm-hmm. Our society's gotten to such a point that we feel like we've got to have all of these things and stuff in order for us to be considered, up with everybody else, and to have some sort of self-worth. But our self-worth is so much more than the things and stuff that we have.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, that's for sure. So in this salad, I've combined Catalina dressing with the lettuce, the tomatoes, the olives, the red onions, and the ranch-style beans. Now, one of the things I did with the ranch-style beans, which I forgot to mention, was that I drained them of all their liquid before combining them with the salad. Now, one of the last things you do with the salad, which is also the thing you want to do right before serving, is you add Fritos. Now, I usually add about a cup or so of Fritos to it, and then you will mix it up, and as soon as you do that, it's ready to serve. So you got to be careful not to do this too early. So if you're taking this to a party or something like that, you don't want to mix in the Fritos too quickly, because then they will get soggy because of the dressing. So you would do this right before serving. I think we need a little more Fritos.
I like your version of a cup of Fritos.
And with that, we have our Fiesta Salad. So, thank you all for coming and joining us for this video. We hope that you'll be able to be there on June the 4th when we'll have Peter Jones with us talking about the idea of justification, how it impacts our faith and how it impacts us as a people. So we hope to see you all there, and perhaps you can bring this salad as well. So cheers and happy birthday in 2 days.
Thank you.